Hello and welcome to edumate.tv. I'm Chetan Sharma. We learn to live and live to learn in what has turned out to be an unprecedented situation, an unprecedented pandemic. With history being written across the geography of Mother Earth, and a minor virus has created a major catastrophe, making each and every one of us rewind, reset, rethink, reformat before we rebuild a new future. In the world of education, particularly higher education, challenges are aplenty, but there's solutions as well as opportunities. But to spot them, you need one trait, and that's the trait of wisdom. Wisdom to learn from the past, the experiences of the past, the knowledge of the past, and wisdom to be flexible for the future, anticipate the future, embrace the future, evolve with the future. And that's what makes our wise chancellor. Today we have a very wise chancellor with us. We have Mr. Vinay Agrawal from ISBM Chhattisgarh joining us in our studios at edumate.tv. Thank you for joining us. Talk us through the unique challenges for Mr. Agrawal and ISBM in these very unique circumstances.
This pandemic has created a lot of challenges, lot of food for thought. Basically, what are we going to do further? As in India, we come from a country where infrastructural facilities are limited, and online education in India was not going that great, and that was not being promoted by the government in any which way. After this pandemic coming in, we are all suddenly moving on to online mode of education right now. Now, we don't know the nitty-gritties, we don't have the understanding of online education, we don't have the knowledge of what is effective online education actually. Creating a content, audio lectures and some PPTs wouldn't suffice, won't be at par with the classroom education. We are located in a tribal area of Chhattisgarh. The population is very raw. It's like the population is tribal population. We have villages all across in nearby our campus. So students over there, they're not that tech savvy. Neither are they very well accustomed with this online mode of education. The language is the problem, so we have to go to our vernacular language and teach them what concept are we trying to teach them. So the thing is, online education has got great challenges. Today we are talking on Zoom, on Google Meet, or say other WebEx or something like that. But then that is not what we were prepared for initially. Classroom training will, of course, we'll have to get it back, but then online we will have to make sure that we have some online content or online presence where we are able to also cater to the students about online mode of education, because if they don't have resources, if they have online resources, they will not be ever going online and trying to study over there. It's a one-way communication system over there online, so it's a bit kind of challenging to for the students right now, even for the teachers, because they have to act not as a teacher. In fact, they have to act as an actor in front of the camera. So that is a big challenge for them.
So what is the bigger challenge, teaching the teachers or teaching the students?
Both, and primarily teaching the teacher, because see, that's a universal fact. In fact, nobody would have experienced that before coming in front of a camera. But when you come in front of a camera, it's very like you get nervous. People cannot speak in front of a camera, and teachers specifically, they cannot. So they require a lot of practice for that.
And also the fact that they've already learned so much, so they've got to unlearn and then relearn, which is a double exercise as opposed to the student, which really makes a difference. But that having been said, I know for a fact that ISBM has come out with some very creative solutions. So what are those solutions?
We have this online live lecture system, wherein we are training students from Bombay also, and the local teachers over there also teaching over there. It's an online satellite based system, and we have got that classroom in our campus, and in the nearby 3 villages we have installed our classrooms nearby, where students can come over there and they can study. But because of the social distancing, again the classroom is not working, because this online system, like online mode of education from Bombay, the quality, the type of teachers we get in Bombay, we don't get that kind of teachers in Chhattisgarh. So these teachers, when they are teaching from here in Bombay, they now what they are doing is they are teaching our teachers to how to stand or what to say in front of the camera over here, and trying to create a storyboard, like what like a screenplay, what you have to write, what you have to say. When will the editor edit the PPT or XYZ? So this is what we are trying to do, but then still it is 60 to 65% effective. It's not 100% effective as classroom training.
There's an entire ecosphere of education which is very confused, right? Even the government itself, because it's an unprecedented situation even for them. So we've heard some policy making, we've heard some voices, Supreme Court being involved, examinations being scrapped, assessments being changed. There's been an uprising against the fee structure, against the need to reduce curriculum, and of course also the enforcement of online has been very haphazard. So it's all been rather confusing. And in a situation of like a pandemic and a crisis, you don't want confusion. You want consistency. I mean, consistency is you can get it right or wrong, but you need to be consistent. So what are your findings? What are your observations?
We come from a country of Gurukul, where classroom training was being considered as the best training model. Now, when we talk about online thing, government has to be confused. Government will be confused because it was never the primary concern in our country that we will be going online. This pandemic has created a lot of confusion, as in what will happen in the future. Will there be jobs in the market? How will be the economic situation further? What should the student opt for? Like higher education is all about opting your stream. Everybody is going online. Everybody is working from home. So everybody wants to go into IT. So there are n number of confusions, n number of things which we will be able to figure out by the end of this year. Daily in the news we see that this pandemic has not even reached to its peak over here in India. The peak is gonna come, and this and that. So we don't know what scenarios would change further. And with other issues with China and other things, we don't know whether manufacturing would come back to India. So students will opt for say mechanical engineering or say production engineering or something. What courses would be running, what scope would be there further, we don't know.
Yeah, but that having been said, you'll have to anticipate.
Yes.
Because otherwise, how are you going to you're going to prepare your students for the new future? So we talked about the challenges in online education and the systemic changes for the teachers. But that having been said, in higher education, it's very critical and important to prepare our students to make them employable and relevant in terms of careers. And this is also a time when U.G.C itself has approved interdisciplinary studies. You can study physics as well as music, for instance. That wide variety, so that you can invoke any career option. So what are your thoughts, and what are the action being taken by the university on that?
U.G.C has really worked really well, very positively, because dual degree programs have been allowed now. Students examination, as you said in the previous question, what you asked me was exams was being scrapped. Now they are again they are asking to take the examination, but then final year examinations are very important. If you don't have a final year examination, it won't we cannot assess the student properly. Dual degree programs in this time is very important, because students have got plenty of time at home. They can pursue one of their courses as their career and other as their passion. Further, what students would be doing once this situation is under control, one course they will be going to the college and other would be in online. This is what I think the future is.
Yeah, I think, and that's very well put. The fact is that you have the option of pursuing your career as well as your passion. I mean, ideally, one would want your career to be your passion. So, Mr. Vinay Agrawal, tell me, is your career your passion?
When I was a student, I didn't know that I would go into this particular stream. It just happened, but today I am really happy doing this, because it's actually my passion, which I have figured out lately. That when you see students coming back to you, when you see students coming and talking to you, praising you, or just giving you regard, just giving you that respect, that sir, this was good that we were studying over here and we got this opportunity because of this, and they like that that is priceless. Students who haven't even gone to Raipur from like the capital of the state have come to Bombay for internships, and they have come to Bombay for jobs, which they could get through our university placements.
Also, since there are so many options, perhaps there's a problem of plenty. I think it's also important to hedge your bets. If you have two options, then maybe one can be used as a backup in case the other doesn't work out. And we never had those opportunities, at our time. Tell us about the future of and the opportunities for the university, your university as an ISBM. What is the vision for the future?
See, we are situated in a remote area over there. And what I have seen is the potential over there in that area. Students don't get that many venues where they can explore their talent. They have got raw talent. They have got the passion to work. They want to excel. They want to, they are real hardworking students over there. And as compared to students in the city, you get only 20% students like that. Over there in the villages, you get 80% students who are very hardworking and they want to prove something to their families over there. What I am planning is to further expand this ISBM University network in other remote areas of the country and serve students similarly the way we are serving it over here. Secondly, when you create a network of universities or network of centers all across the country, you have got multiple stations where students can come for online learning. Because getting an internet connection or the infrastructure is not that great that you will be getting full speed internet connection everywhere. So a satellite based classroom, internet based like lead line can be created, a lab can be created in each and every, or say small towns where students can come over there and they can get education, higher quality education wherever they are. So students will not have to travel to Bangalore or Pune or say Greater Noida or say Bombay for education.
In a way, COVID is also pushing us to make a more horizontal growth in this country. It has to be more uniform. Right now, it's very skewed towards the cities. There's high pressure in the cities. And of course, it's people like you that will be taking it into rural India. And let's not forget that India remains an agricultural economy, whatever you say. We've got services, but our dependency on agriculture is very high. Bharat has to grow for India to grow. And I'm so glad and I salute you for actually taking up that as a cause and ensuring that our rural sector, is able to seize the opportunity just like the urban sector is. Now, in terms of seizing opportunities, there are opportunities for several sections of our society, Mr. Agrawal, but everybody is not able to take them. So I'd like you to advise 4 sections of our education ecosphere. The student, the parent, the teacher, and your fellow Vice Chancellor. What would be your advice to them?
Students, they shouldn't be worrying about their future right now, because it's not that only they are suffering through it. Because students actually who are into higher education, like who are completing their masters or who are completing their graduation, they tend to get nervous about their future, like what will happen. So first of all, they don't have to be nervous about what is going to happen first. Whatever is going to happen will be good only because the entire world is going through it. It's not only themselves. Parents, of course, you'll have to, support your child. Like in cities like Bombay, where people, where the density is so high, in a single flat, there would be 7-8 people staying in one flat, and students or the children, they don't get space to study. So that parents will have to understand that they give them that space, that they give them that kind of a atmosphere to study over there online, because right now they are not going to any classes, any school, any college for studying. So that rhythm should be maintained. The rhythm shouldn't be lost. If that rhythm is lost, then definitely it will be very difficult for students to cope up again. So it takes a lot of time. Teachers, of course, they are doing a great job. Even in this situation, they are coming to the campus, they are recording lectures from their home, they are being mentoring the students, and they are doing a wonderful job all across. All the teachers all across the country, they are doing superb. Because in schools also, they are doing online assignments, online lectures, and whatnot. Everything they are doing for whatever they can, and very passionately they are doing. So it is a superb thing. Other chancellors of the university, of course, everybody is struggling with this situation. We are not able to collect the fees. We are not able to get the fees, but we have to pay to the teachers, and that is right now what we have to do. We have to bear it at this moment. But I'm sure this will be rewarding us further in coming months. We will be coping up with the situation and will be back on track. So just we'll have patience. This is what I can suggest them, nothing else.
Well, I thank you for your patience. I thank you for your foresight. I thank you for your foresight. I thank you for your sense of enterprise, Mr. Agrawal, and I thank you very much for your enormous sense of social obligation. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. You are very well worthy of being our WISE Chancellor. Thank you for this interview.
EduMate is a beautiful initiative what you have started, and it's a wonderful thing where educators of the country, they can come on one platform and they can share their thoughts, their views, because ultimately educators are thinkers which actually shape up the future of the country. They are being interviewed by people like you who yourself have got so much knowledge. The advice is what from other chancellors and vice chancellors or the principals or the owners of the institution. They would be like enlightened with new knowledge and new avenues and horizons where they can take their institutions to.